Good morning from Blackpool, or swimming pool. Carly's questioning her life choices. She's sitting in the car, but my daughter and her boyfriend are here. Maybe it wasn't the best day to bring them. Anyway, there's been a few changes since opening weekend, including one rather controversial new menu item. So I'll be having that for my lunch. But let's get inside and see. I don't think the rain's going to improve, but fingers crossed it isn't as bad. And I'll see you in there. Look who it is.
Hello guys, it's rather wet in Blackpool today. It's a little bit soggy and a little bit cold.
Mildly moist. Right, we're going to start here on the Derby Racers because, well, that's kind of tradition for us. I don't know why, but it is. So let's get in here and go on the horses. So good to see that testing. Right, we've done the Derby Racers. We're going to do a lot of indoor things. You can probably tell because the weather's peak. So we're going to go and do Wallace. Hannah hasn't seen the new bits in Wallace. She's not been here since last year. So let's go and get some cheese, shall we?
And if you don't answer or I need to, I'll come down. So she's obviously, I don't know.
It's nice and dry in here. That's Wallace done. And yeah, I mean, everything was working. The lights, the emergency exit light wasn't on. Anna's telling me I'm wrong. What wasn't working?
All the lights were really slow, like really slow. Like see at the end when you're coming up next to the big rabbit.
Mm-hmm.
I was past it before the lights went on. And see when he's like, when Feathers McGraw's coming down the stairs, like he's flying down the stairs. Again, those lights didn't turn on until after I'd gone past it, and I was like.
And you think I'm on?
Oh, girl, where do you think he gets it from? It's me.
Right, it's very wet outside, so we'll go and find something, and I'll see you there. We're gonna go and try Icon. Yeah. I mean, it's not a massive queue, so hopefully it's all right. I'm loving the fact that Evictus is just testing. Guarantee when I go to stand beside it to film it, it'll not be testing anymore. But right, let's go and do this. As I said, Hannah's brought her boyfriend in. Well, he's never been on this, so curious to see what he thinks. And I might regret my life choices because coasters in the rain are usually painful.
I'm regretting mine right now.
I'm one of your life choices.
Oh, I know.
Right, see you in a minute. It's cold, like freezing cold. That was a lot of fun. And I've just got, so the last time I was here they hadn't started the annual photo pass. They have now started it, although it's gone up from 50 quid last year to 60 quid this year. But I like getting the photos, especially when I've got guests with me like my daughter and her boyfriend and stuff. So happy days, that's us got the annual pass.
I'm rather soggy. Oh my god, right, I was fuming.
Here we go, rant incoming.
No, it's not anything, right. Went on Icon, right, my jacket is quite short, right, it goes to like here. I sat down, it went right the way up. My skin was touching the seat on Icon, like this chair. It wasn't nice and it was rather cold and wet, so I kind of want to like curl into a ball and cry, but it's okay. It's okay.
Right, well, I don't know what's next. The one thing, so two things are not running. Big one, which is not surprising, it's windy, and Avalanche. Other than that, well, obviously Valhalla and Grand National. Everything else is open, so, you know, there's been a lot of talk about ride availability in parks lately. This place is doing all right. So, I've no idea what is next, but I'll see you there. We've come indoors for some food. I did mention that there's a controversial new item that I was going to get for lunch. I've been outvoted and everybody wanted pizza, so we're in the big pizza kitchen. I will talk about the new item. I might get it. Depends how full I am after eating all this pizza. But I'll see you in a minute. Right, one thing that's changed in the Maryland parks is that you do not get fizzy drinks anymore. You do still get them here, and I think there's a new law in England about you can only have refills if it's sugar-free or low sugar. I'm pretty sure we've had the sugar thing up in Scotland for a while because Iron Brew changed a long time ago. But yeah, you can still get fizzy drinks here at Blackpool. You ain't getting them if you go to any of the Maryland parks. You're just getting an apple juice or an orange juice I think you can buy bottles of juice, but that's kind of more expensive. So the 16 quid that this is, unlimited grub and unlimited refills on the fizzy drinks. So that is a bonus. I'm going to get some. I genuinely cannot wait to get on this thing. At least, well, do you know what the thing is, right? They've told us that it opens on May the 21st. What's not immediately clear, and a lot of people have asked me, and I know no more than you, is the VIP tickets, which, yes, I have one too. I want to be one of the first people on this. Is that also the 21st? Is the VIP before that? If I find out, I'll let you know. But, because it's a Thursday, and if need be, I'm going to have to take a day off work to come down. And so yeah, but this thing is fantastic. If you've never done one, and please don't give it the, it's a travelling ride, it's tiny. I've done them before. If you've not done Loki in Liseberg, or there's another one in Europe, or there's one in Australia, then you ain't done it. Because trust me, this thing, although it's made by the same people that make Maelstrom, is twice the size of it, and it doesn't have over-the-shoulder restraints, so you can actually move around, and it's fantastic. So really, really looking forward to getting on this in a couple of months' time. Right, the rain's not as bad as it was this morning, but it's still moist. So I was going to do the ghost train, but that's got a little bit of a queue. So we're going to go and see if Alice is less busy. I was just going past the river caves there, which we still have no idea on a timescale for. Interestingly though, I saw on the CCTV, all the boats are still inside. Like, I assumed they would have removed the boats from the ride and done whatever they need to do. But they're still in there, in the trough. Which is weird. Anyway, let's go do Alice, shall we? Because that looks smaller than that. Yeah, that's not too bad. We'll do Alice. See you in a minute.
So just this way. It's my friend.
They've got a little bit of a drainage problem, and I've got a bit of a soggy feet problem. I've got a golden ticket. She's not happy. So we just had a shot on Alice there, which is always good. I do like Alice. That is the first time they've been on since the camera was added, and I basically went, here's the camera, here's the picture. Everybody except for Carly heard me. Yeah. So now we're going to go and do the ghost train. And it's pretty obvious where the camera is on this one, so hopefully we get a decent picture. See you in a minute. Typical timing. So we're just trying to get on the ghost train, and Hannah and Jake managed to get on, and then we're next, and it's stopped. They need to take one of the cars off because it's playing funny buggers. So we've been standing here for about 5 minutes. Never seen a transfer on this before. That'd be interesting. Do you know there's a little bit through there, you can't see, there's a little bit right there where so that's the oven boiler thing. There's a little curtain. If you go through that little curtain, you end up in the bikes. Oh, right, that was a bit rough. Right, yeah, the guy came up and said, a bit's fallen off one of the cars, so we're going to have to walk around the track and find it. I hope we found it. That was an interesting little delay there, but we got on the ghost train. Quite a lot of the sounds weren't working. I don't know if they turned them off to go find the bit. They forgot to turn them back on, or if they've just been knackered. I am now about to take Hannah's boyfriend on Revolution and talk about it, because there have been some changes which are a bit odd. So let's go up onto Rev and have a wee chat, shall we? Obviously this isn't Revolution, but we were walking past and it was empty, so it'd be rude not to. We'll do this and then we'll go and do Revolution. I do enjoy Streak. That's I've said it every time. To me, that's the best of the 3 Woodies here. I know a lot of people will disagree with me on that one. I find that one enjoyable. I actually think that could do with the camera on it. Everything else has a camera on it. Why not put one on that? Interestingly, Dora has water in the trough now. That section is quite clearly been repaired because you can see the marks where they've joined the new track, the new trough. So hopefully that'll open soon. That means I'll have to come down with a wig. Lovely. Right, Revolution. That's next. In the wind. Yikes. I will get to Revolution, but we're walking past Airbender and it's quiet. So we're going to go and do Airbender instead. See you in a minute. Right, I am unfit. So one of the things that changed this year is how you get on Rev. Because you don't just stand at the air gates anymore. You now need to stand behind barrier. Oh, I am out of breath. Yeah, so they don't say stand behind the yellow line. You just stand behind this bit and then on you go. I'm not sure if that's an improvement or not, because the old way it was really difficult to know. People could easily skip in front. This way feels a bit odd. But anyway, it's windy. See you in a minute. Right, there's a few people wondering if this indicates that there's something coming to this area. I actually think they're using it as a workshop to just paint some wood. I don't think it's got anything to do with that, right? I could be completely wrong, but yeah, I'm not expecting anything to come back there. That's Rev done. That was ridiculously windy up there. I actually don't know if you could hear me, so apologies if that was terrible audio. That's obvious reasons why the big one is not running. Neither Steeplechase, actually. I hadn't noticed that. That's down. But we're going to go and try and do Big Dipper. Hopefully everything else has been pretty small queues, so I'm hoping that it is as well. Because as you know, if it's got a queue, it's not pleasant. So let's go and do that. And Avalanche still hasn't opened. Okay. Right, Big Dipper. See you over there. Right, I mentioned there was a controversial new food thing. This isn't the controversial one, but this is a new option. There is this hot chocolate in here. Hello, staff. Hello. Where you come in here and you can pick your hot chocolate. Different flavours, different amount of cocoa, etc. I'm not going to get one right now. I might get one later on. But I have heard very, very positive things. So nice mix and match hot chocolate option just underneath Avalanche. Right, anyway, I was off to Big Dipper before I got distracted, so let's get round to Big Dipper, shall we?
Yeah, go on.
See you in a minute. Right, when it's this quiet, it would be rude not to. Sadly, it's still running on one train. I don't know if we'll see it on two anytime soon, or ever, which is kind of frustrating. But anyway, the girls have abandoned us, it's just me and Jake, so let's go and do Big Dipper, shall we? He's thinking on doing infusion. So I might be doing that as well. I'll see you when I get off. I mean, that was the norm for Big Dipper. Jake just said, not worth it. I'm curious if you'll say the same after the next one. We're about to do infusion. Anna and Carly have disappeared to do Icon. They've got the right idea. We're about to go and bang our heads on this. So see you when I get back off. Right, well there's my annual shot in infusion. Front row for full experience, and actually, that wasn't too bad. Listen, it's rough, but it wasn't too bad. So I'm going to go and see what the photo's like, catch up with Hannah and Carly, and then decide what's next. And I'll see you over there. I've just come into guest services because they've got the new season passes with a Victus on them, and I think they look fantastic. So they don't need a physical one. I wanted one anyway. So speaking of a Victus, we've just noticed in here that they've got the size. You need to be 130 centimetres, which I'm pretty sure I'm tall enough. So that's happy days. But if you've got any little people that aren't sure whether they're going to get on it or not, 130 is the height limit for a Victus. Right, let's see what's next, shall we? Right, I mentioned a controversial new food option, and it is this guy here, Spud to Go. I think the prices are here. And the reason it's controversial is because of this. £9 for a plain tatty with butter. Now, to be fair, there are people kicking off about the rest of the prices too. Here's the thing, I'm from Edinburgh, everything's expensive. I live in theme parks, everything's expensive. So none of that surprises me. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm used to that. For a meal, and I'm not going to get one today because I'm still full of pizza. But I will put a picture in. My friend Steve, Thrills and Food, he got one. He got the Sunday roast one with chicken and sausages and stuff in and all that sort of stuff. It's a big portion. You know, so 12, 13 quid for 2 potatoes, fully loaded, big portion in a theme park, I don't think is that bad. The £9 plain tatty makes absolutely no sense. And people are giving it that you can buy a tatty for 20p. You can, but you could argue that anywhere you go for food, you don't pay the ingredients, you pay staff, you pay energy costs, you pay packaging, you pay taxes, all sorts of things. So anyone who comes out with a flippant, it's 20p for a tatty, doesn't understand how eating food outside of their house works. Because no restaurant or fast food or anything works purely on ingredients. So I will try it, not today obviously, but I'll be back and I will give it a shot because it looks like a big portion. So anyway, I'm sure everyone's going to disagree with me in the comments and go, rip off, blah blah blah. You're not forced to eat it, right? You can leave the Pleasure Beach and grab your lunch and come back. So I don't see why everyone's kicking off. But right, they went and did Icon. I've got a weirdo behind me.
Hello!
And on that note, we're going to go and do something else. And we're going to go do Icon. So I'll see you over there. Still curious what this is going to be. The wee shed that's appeared outside of the picnic area. Wah! They're putting some electrics in there. So maybe a coffee shop. Although there's a hot chocolate there. Maybe ice cream. Avalanche is running it at Valleyed earlier. They got it back up and running. But I've heard the queue might be quite large. So we'll go and see what the queue's like on the way to Icon. If it's small, we'll jump in. If it's not, we'll just get straight to Icon. And I'll see you over there.
Bye!
Right, front row on Icon for the full experience. Hannah and Jake went in front of us, and then we were on the next train. That was brilliant. One thing I forgot to mention, that £5 March Madness thing for Enzo, Enzo train's not on today. Which is kind of annoying because I thought, oh, a £5 we can do Enzo, but we can't. So, right, we'll get the photos and then figure out what is next. And I'll see you over there. Right, one thing that has changed this season, they have got rid of the gyros. Now have these gourmet hot dogs. I know there was a lot of pushback for the hot dogs at Towers when they were over a tenner. The hot dogs here are also over a tenner because you get to choose which roll you want: soft roll, French baguette, pretzel roll. Then it's the type of sausage, and then some toppings. A boring hot dog, £8. I mean, to be fair, that's a plain one. £8, that's not too bad, right? The other ones have got a bit more to them, but yeah, there's no more gyros. So it's hot dogs and spuds nowadays. Right, I think I'm going to go and do Launchpad. So I'll see you over there. I finished there on Launchpad. I almost called it Ice Blast. And that was alright. It's still one of the better shot towers out there. And it was pretty much walk on. They did have some weird issues going on with the barrier though, like it wasn't rotating at one point, so they had people just climbing over it, which was interesting. Anyway, there's still an hour left of the park, but I have done everything because it's been so quiet and I'm not too fussed about re-rides. So we are going to head up the road and I'll see you in whatever the next video is. So as always, if you've enjoyed this one, hit that like button and do subscribe. See you later!